God. Oh, God. Just like how Father's Day only exists because... Well, actually, I don't know. It feels like... If you know how, like... I feel like Mother's Day came first, and then they're like, well, now we have to do a Father's Day because there's a Mother's Day. That's exactly what this podcast is.
Right. Have Mom on, like, I guess I have to have my dad on.
Right. Well, not exactly, but it's kind of like how it played out.
Well, I'm here.
You are. Well, yeah, we should say that we're not doing this in the typical sets. We're at our cabin in Beep. And, we're here with our family members. And yeah.
A lot of our family members.
Right.
How many people are? Like 22?
22.
By the end of everything?
By the end of everything.
21?
Well, everybody comes and leaves at different times.
Sure.
But because everybody has jobs now. Could you imagine if my job was actually serious and I needed to, like when they're like, they would be like, you have to work, otherwise you're fired. I'd be like, oh, fuck, gotta drive back.
Wouldn't you just say, okay?
Wouldn't I say okay?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Fire me.
If I cared about, yeah, that's what I'm saying. But if I cared about, if I had a career and they were like, you have to work today,
that's different.
then I'd be like, ugh.
Well,
but now it's just like, I don't give a shit.
That'll be in the future when you have a career. You're gonna have to not come to every moment of the cabin with us.
Which, I mean, sometimes leaving early is better than arriving late. Sometimes I think I would rather leave early than arrive late.
Right.
Even though I feel like we have a lot more fun in the later days, but that's not true. As more people leave, it becomes less fun. I like it when everybody's here.
Right. But that's why we do it this way. Because that way some people can stay longer, like over the a long weekend.
Right.
Rather than weekend to weekend. I'll stop talking.
Oh, you mean like...
talk about how long we're going to be here.
Oh, right. Yeah, we didn't want to talk about how long we were going to be at this cabin in case somebody decided that any local robbers are going to rob our house.
Even though we have someone staying at our house full time to watch all of our 20-some animals.
Yeah, we have someone staying at our house. We have security cameras. Also, we've never said the name of our town on the podcast, but people out of town don't really listen. That's not really the demographic.
Really? I thought you were catering to, like, everyone. Just kidding.
I am catering to everybody, but that's not how it works.
Right.
I don't think a lot of the YouTube channels I watched when I was a kid were catered to me, like Lego Motel.
Now, you guys were talking about Lego Motel last week. Uh-huh. And I still don't...
So,
is that the one you were kind of telling me about when we were coming home from Beep, when we had pizza with Grandma and Grandpa?
Yeah.
And you were talking about how filthy it was? And
No, you were listening to that podcast on the way home from that.
Oh, you showed it to me. You listened.
I didn't show it to you. You were like, let's listen to the podcast. And I always hate when you guys listen to the podcast when I'm in the car because it's just like, this is cringe because I'm talking inappropriate. But on episode, I think it was 14, Avery, Ryan, and Liam were on. And we talked about Lego Motel. Which is this terrible, like Lego stop motion animation. But it's just so filthy and inappropriate. And I think...
Something that I failed parenting.
Not really. I mean, you just... I mean,
you listen to it?
Well, I guess, but you probably... That's the same thing as you watching, like, Predator or whatever when you were how old? I don't know.
Oh, like the rated R action movies and stuff? And
it's not like it was porn or anything, but I think Indiana Jones sends short round to straight camp in one of the episodes. Or something like that. It was pretty inappropriate.
Very. Sounds like it. Yeah, you guys were talking about that last week with Daniel, and I was like,
because
I think I heard about that.
Because Daniel
when we were listening to that podcast, is that right before I got pulled over by the police?
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Well, Daniel was the only one who actually went and listened to it after we talked about it.
Oh, okay.
Which is, that's Burrow for it as a T, though. He's the only one, whenever I'm like, comment this on the podcast, Burrow's the only one who actually comments that.
Well, you have like all those YouTube channels and stuff. When I was like stealing my older brother's cassette tapes of Eddie Murphy stand up and like listening to it in my room and listening to him swearing and stuff. And like,
Eddie Murphy?
Yeah, like
how old is Eddie Murphy?
Well, he was old when I was a kid.
He's old when you were a kid?
He was in his 20s or 30s doing stand up.
Really?
And he was on Saturday Night Live in the 80s. I mean,
how old was he when he was on Shrek?
Well, probably in his 40s or something.
Really? How old is Mike Myers?
I don't know. Probably he's younger then because he was on Saturday Night Live well after Eddie Murphy was in Saturday Night Live.
wasn't Shrek supposed to have Chris Farley on it? Yeah.
That would have been awesome. But you just one of those things where you're like, you know that Mike Myers is Shrek.
Yeah.
So it'd be weird to have anybody else.
Right.
But it would have been awesome. I'm not saying I would have liked it better. It just would have been, that's what you would have been used to.
Right.
Just like Bob Odenkirk, you know, from Better Call Saul.
Was supposed to be
Jack
Michael.
Dunn, you listening? Better Call Saul.
Yeah, exactly.
He was supposed to play Michael Scott on The Office, and then something happened, and then they hired Steve Carell. But I think he would have done a great job.
What do you mean they hired Steve Carell?
They hired Steve Carell, yeah.
I thought you meant... Oh, okay. Yeah.
They hired him because something either fell through with Bob Odenkirk or Steve Carell was supposed to be on it and then could do it all of a sudden.
I thought Bob Odenkirk just auditioned for it.
Well, he did, but he...
Was he actually like...
He was like in the short running, or it was between him and them, and then all of a sudden Steve was able to do it.
Yeah. And then, yeah.
Yeah,
So yeah, if Bob Odenkirk was Michael Scott, then it would be...
And we'd never even heard of Steve Carell.
Yeah.
Then maybe... Or, you know, we've heard him from something else.
Right.
But when he first came on The Office, the only thing I ever saw him in was Bruce Almighty. He was like the anchorman,
Right.
He played also the same character in Evan Almighty. Yeah. Right. But he was kind of a dick in Bruce Almighty.
He was the antagonist or whatever.
Yeah.
Wasn't he the one where Bruce Almighty was like trying to like messing up his talking when he was
like blah, 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 blah.
Wasn't Evan Almighty the one with Noah in the Ark?
Yeah, he was like Noah, and then he saved like part of Washington D.C. or I can't remember.
Right, because there was like yeah, I think
it was like a dam that was built, and then there was like shady building, like someone built it pretty shadily, and then
that movie wasn't as funny as Bruce Almighty.
No,
right?
No.
I watched that movie after.
Oh, you watched Evan Almighty first?
Right.
You hate doing that.
I know, but when you say, let's watch Evan Almighty, and then you're like, oh, there's this movie that came before called Bruce Almighty, it's like, well, what the hell? I think the Bruce Almighty is like a different rating, though.
Maybe. It seemed to be more raunchy.
That was the one with Jennifer Aniston in it, right?
Yes. Yeah. Jennifer Aniston, yeah.
Evan Almighty, yeah. That one wasn't, no, it wasn't as good as Bruce Almighty, but...
Right.
That's, I think, of all, I was telling Kate about this earlier, of all of the Bible stories, I think the Noah and the Ark one, even though like Jesus will like do all these miracles and whatever, come back to life, I think the least believable thing in the Bible is the Noah thing.
Really?
Right. Like Jesus coming back to life is less believable to me than God being like...
More believable.
It's more believable than God being like, nobody's really respecting me. I'm going to flood the entire planet, and Noah's going to, in a couple days, make a boat that'll fit elephants and giraffes, and he's going to get them all on the boat. It's like,
Like, how did he get the polar bears?
Right.
Because the polar bears are on the bottom.
Did they evolve later? Were there only like 5 animals at the time?
Well, that's the thing. You don't know.
All the pictures have 2 giraffes and 2 elephants and 2 lions and everything.
Did you ever see that one where they were showing, it was like a cartoon?
Oh, from Family Guy?
It was, I don't know. I think it was a drawing, like in a textbook or whatever. Or not a school textbook, but maybe a religion school textbook, one of your guys' or something. That they're walking up, showing all the animals going up the plank up the thing, and it was two male lions the big manes.
Right.
Like, what's wrong with this picture?
Yeah, exactly.
Not that you think there's anything wrong with it, but the reason they were two of them was so they could have male and a female reproduce, right?
Right. But there's the Family Guy clip that is a meme a lot where it's an elephant and a penguin, and there's just Noah's going, "Hey, what the hell is this?" And it's a penguin with an elephant head on it.
What the heck?
Yeah, but there's very specific memes where it makes sense, like 2 things combining, like crossing forces. Like I can't think of an example right now, but
I get it.
Yeah.
Right. But so we were talking about, before we got it off of Eddie Murphy, we were talking about you guys watching YouTube and getting all that stuff and watching all those crazy shows like Lego Hotel or whatever. Lego Motel.
Let me ask you this, though. What's better? Me watching inappropriate YouTube videos in my room, or Henry on the TV in the middle of everybody listening to the planets of the solar system song and unspeakable gaming and all that other stuff?
Well, since I've never seen anything that he's watched, I've never heard anyone swear in anything.
I guess that's true.
And he doesn't swear and you swear like a sailor.
But he's 7.
Yeah, but that's true.
I watched those YouTube videos. Well, I was probably 7. When I was 7, I was about 2009, 2008, 2010.
Right.
Yeah. So I don't know if that many YouTube videos that came out. Smosh was in its peak.
Smosh.
Yeah. PewDiePie didn't even like post videos until it was like 2011.
Okay. Well.
But yeah,
does PewDiePie swear? Is he the one that was like does Minecraft videos? Or does he do more?
So PewDiePie's first video was Minecraft, but he never really did Minecraft videos. He always did like horror games, and he would like scream and swear, or like rage games, like really hard games, and he would swear. But then he stopped swearing once YouTube became really stingy with ads, and if you swore, then you wouldn't get a lot of ads on the videos.
Sure.
So he stopped swearing, and he would like bleep it out. But now he'll live stream on YouTube, and he can swear on that. But
he live streams on YouTube. I don't. Okay, so
live streaming is like he plays a game, and you can watch him play it live.
Oh, and that's when you comment.
Yeah, and you can.
But then they record them, and then you can watch them anytime after.
Yeah, and then sometimes, what he could do is I don't know if you can do it, but you can like. There's a way that you can say, you can watch those later.
Well, because all those videos that Henry watches, Dan TDM or whatever.
Yeah,
and
he's live streaming.
I think, and then Mr. A Game, I think, is one. Whatever the guy, he's one guy from like Australia, and he'll be like
Lachlan.
He'll be like talking,
Laser
and then he's like playing this game, and then he'll be like, "Oh, thanks so and so for the subscription," or whatever.
So what's becoming a main thing now is people will go on Twitch or YouTube or whatever they stream on, like Ninja, for example. Yeah. He mainly streams, so he'll stream, and then he'll make a bunch of money from streaming, and then he'll just pay some random editor guy to edit down his stream and make it like a funny YouTube video, and then just throw it on the YouTube channel. So basically, like people,
and then gets paid,
and then he gets paid for YouTube. That's just like a secondary thing.
Yeah.
Even though Ninja has like 25 million subscribers, because he's like, I think Mr. Beast posted a thing to Twitter yesterday that he gained 2 million subscribers the past 30 days and gained like 400 million views total across his whole channel.
What are people? I mean, why would you? I don't know what the significance of watching these idiots like.
Well, Mr. Beast is he makes funny videos. Ninja.
They just go like, for 24 hours I'm gonna be in this on this trampoline or something like that, or I'm gonna be underwater in this bucket or so the bucket on my head.
Right.
It's like
the first couple of Mr. Beast videos that he uploaded. He's like all the challenge ones, all the ones where it's like my friends. Like I think every Mr. Beast like thumbnail or title is somewhat false, like spending 24 hours underwater, and then he didn't spend 24 hours underwater. But he'll do like all of his thumbnails are his friends and him doing whatever challenge, but then he just gets some other people to do it. But obviously, you're not going to make nobody wants to click on a video with some random ass person that he gets for the challenge on it.
Because you'd rather see him and his friends that everyone knows and see how they would react to being on a desert island.
Yeah, which the desert island is actually them, but when it's like last to fall down, last to hold on to this thing.
Yeah, they did the one where
the $1 million one was but he.
That's what I was thinking in my head. What to talk about? Do any of your other maybe they do? Do any of your other friends' dads know like who Mr. Beast is? Who Mr. A Game is?
Probably not.
Do they have their own Minecraft world?
Yeah.
Do they have? I mean,
I don't think. Well, to be fair, like let's say Jack Dunn's dad, for example, he probably doesn't watch YouTube, but he doesn't. Jack Dunn's dad stopped getting into video games after the Wii U. Like he bought a Wii, and then he's like, the Wii U is so stupid. Like he literally owns all the consoles.
But he did play them growing up.
Yeah, he played all like Mario 64. He 100%ed it. He 100%ed Sunshine, Banjo-Kazooie, all those games.
Okay.
And then Marcus's dad, he'll talk to me. Well, I don't know if I should say this on the podcast, but he'll talk like he gives me recommendations for the YouTube videos. But what his ideas for what I should do is basically what people just. this idea that he came up with has already been done, and it's called clickbait thumbnails, where you just put like I don't know, some inappropriate pictures of a female, let's say, on the thing. He's like, oh, you should just put those in the thumbnail, and then everybody will click on it. It's like, oh yeah, good idea. I don't think anybody's thought of that before.
Right.
But yeah, so he says he's listened to some of the podcasts before, but.
So, what do you think?
But to answer your question, no, I don't think any of them play Minecraft, or I don't think any of them text their son at 2 a.m. and be like, hey, battle me in Pokemon.
Battle you in Pokemon. I gotta get a challenge done for whatever.
Yeah.
You gotta battle me in Pokemon right now.
I'm trying to think of the most annoying topics we could talk about that Mom will not like to hear us talk about, like video games and...
Oh, okay. Like, so we should do them or shouldn't do them?
Right, we should do them.
Oh, that's not good.
Because, well, I don't know. I was going to bring up the whole puzzle argument from last night, but I don't know if she'll... Because she'll be like, oh, you should have me on again so I can explain my side of the story. But her side of the story is either going to be the same story as me or a lie. Because I'll tell the actual story, and then she'll be like, oh, let me tell my version of the story. And what she tells is going to be the wrong story.
Well, I don't know about that.
What? Not yet. Take a shower.
I need to go pee.
I was going to ask you... Yes. I was going to ask you, who do you think is the first person... I'm going to ask you these 3 questions. Who do you think is... I was going to ask you who the first person to interrupt is going to be. Be like, oh my God, are you doing something in here? Even though everybody knew we were doing something in here.
Right.
The second question I was going to ask you is, who do you think is going to be the first person to say, how'd the podcast go? Well, probably... Because whoever sees us first will
sees
ask.
us first, because everyone is supposed to know that we're doing it, but then 3 people just walked in and interrupted us.
What I think the actual hardest question is going to be, who do you think will be the last, the person, because someone will say like, aren't you guys supposed to do that podcast? And then we're going to say, we already did it.
We already did it.
Right. Who do you think is going to say that? I think John. I feel like either John or...
I don't know. Maybe Grandpa, because maybe he didn't realize.
Maybe Grandpa.
Because they're doing all that boat swapping.
The boat swapping stuff, yeah.
Moving boats around and stuff. They're going to not even know we were out here, maybe.
Right. So wait, they're going to a different lake to fish?
So, Jeff's going to one lake and John's going to a different lake.
What's the point? That's cheating.
What do you mean?
Well, the whole point is going to this lake to catch fish.
That's cheating.
If we went to the other cabin in whatever other city we were in, why don't they just be like, oh, the fish here suck, let's go to a different lake?
Because the fish didn't suck.
The fish suck here?
Not as... According to your uncles, this is not a very good fishing lake.
Ah, I see.
And I'm not a fisherman, so I don't know the difference. I mean, to me, it's just... Okay, there goes Henry.
Yeah.
Anyway. So, I don't know. I mean, it's just a lake. It's not... I'm not at work. That's all I care about.
Yeah.
But those 2 are real hardcore fishermen.
Yeah.
So... They like, oh, we're not catching 20 sunnies or 50 crappies or 25 bass. Let's go to try a different lake or whatever.
Sure. Which I don't really care about that either.
Well, Jeff's lake is literally the one that we drive by.
The other one?
It's almost like a pond.
Oh,
right here.
A tiny one?
Yeah.
It's on the maps and everything, but...
Yeah.
Oh, God.
And John's going to the lake down the other way, which is like twice as big as our lake. But...
So wait, why?
It's only like a half a mile away.
Are they having a debate of which lake has better fish in it, or are they just trying to catch different things, or why don't they just go to the same lake?
John's a sports fisherman, which means he's catching bass. And Jeff is a pan fisherman who fishes for food.
Okay.
Like he gets sunnies and crappies and shit. I don't know. Until I really knew. I still don't really know or care, but
yeah.
I mean. A fish is a fish for me.
Yeah.
I know some you don't eat and some you eat, but I'm just gonna fish.
I like fish.
I like to eat fish, like sunfish and crappie, but if I'm gonna fish, I just want to catch a fish.
Right.
Or just sit out in the boat and drink.
Half the times I get a fish, they're either like it either looks good and they're like, oh, we don't keep that, and it's like, oh, okay, I don't give a shit. Because if like even if they were like, if I was eating a fish and they're like, that's the fish that you caught, I'd be like, I couldn't tell. I don't know shit.
Right.
Unless I caught it, it was the only one in the thing, and I skinned it myself, cooked it, and then ate it.
Right.
Then it would be like that. But since I don't really do all that stuff,
Well, because yours just goes into the bucket,
right,
or the whatever they call it, live well, or the net,
thing,
net, wet metal net, and then it gets mixed in with all the other ones, and you're like, oh. So how does they know that's the one you caught? Because it's maybe bigger
right.
than
Well,
ours?
I'm just saying hypothetically. Like they never actually say that.
Oh, I think one time they did, because, like...
Well, I caught 2 northerns last year.
Yeah, but we didn't eat those, I don't think, did we?
What? Yeah, we did. Everybody's like, oh, northerns are really good. Otherwise, what's the point?
Well, because I don't think we usually eat the northerns because they're so hard to clean.
Oh,
They got
maybe.
some kind of bone in there.
Yeah, he was
Your
saying...
uncles would know what it is. I don't. I'm not a fisherman.
Right, you said that.
I know, but I'm just going to repeat it.
Yeah, well,
I'm not a fisherman.
Right. Yeah.
I think I went fishing one time with my dad growing up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because he wasn't a fisherman either. We're not hunters. I never went hunting.
Well, yeah, fishing at least is fun. Kind of. Like, fishing at least you can talk and have a conversation or, you know...
Right.
Like,
For
listen to
hunting, you just have
music.
to sit in the
Hunting
woods.
sounds like the most boring thing of all time.
Sitting
For a
in the
meat
woods.
that is probably would be like my 5th favorite meat to eat.
Right.
Right. Like, why would you, like, I'm going to eat deer or whatever, or duck.
Right.
Well, you know, it's...
But venison jerky's good.
Well, probably, but is it as good as beef jerky?
Yeah, probably, but I'm not going to go out and shoot a deer.
Right. I'm not going to sit in a... Like, Carl, I would, like...
Well, I'm sure Carl, it doesn't seem like he likes to do it.
That's what I'm saying. See, that's the thing. That's why I like me and you, because me and you like the same things.
Right.
Carl is either very rebellious or his dad just didn't pick a very interesting thing to...
Well, I'm sure his dad grew up hunting, or probably...
That's what I'm saying.
And then he's like, let's go hunting. I'm going to take my son hunting.
Yeah.
And then Carl doesn't like
Right.
it. That's like if all of a sudden you just like, let's go, we're going to go see the new Star Wars movie. You'd be like, I don't want to go see that.
Yeah, Star Wars is stupid.
Yeah.
Right. Irregardless of if I like the movie or not, I'm still going to watch it. Or
Right.
play the game or watch the show. Because, well, I can't really think of any Star Wars thing that I've played, even if it's actually technically bad, that I've played or seen that I didn't like enjoy more than I hated. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
kind of, I know what you mean.
Like I didn't have a negative, even episode 8, which I don't like the most.
Right.
Like I came out of that being like, oh, that's a pretty good movie.
Right.
But I didn't like it more than everything else. Or Battlefront 2. It wasn't my favorite game, but
Like
I still liked it.
A good Star Wars, or a bad Star Wars movie is better than any good other movie.
Well, right. For me, I wouldn't say technically. I wouldn't say that episode 2 is better than Citizen Kane.
No, you know what I mean. They always say that a bad day on vacation is better than a good day at work.
Sure, yeah.
Or a bad day golfing is better than good day at work. You know?
Right, yeah.
But it was kind of a joke that I said.
Yeah, I understand, yeah. It's kind of like, right.
It was a dad joke.
Yeah, it's
just
for the Father's Day podcast. Jesus. So what was the other thing I was going to talk about? Well, I could talk about this. Why do you not like episode 8? And you said you liked episode 8 less than episode 1.
I don't know. It was just...
Then again, you saw episode 1 17 times in the theaters.
I did, because I did see episode 1 17 times in the theater.
Hey, can I ask you this? Did you watch it 17 times just so you could figure out what the plot of the movie was?
The plot of that one is easy.
No, it's not.
They're barricading Naboo, so they have to break it up, and then they go back to break the barricade.
Who's barricading it?
At that time, the Trade Federation.
Right.
But they're controlled by Palpatine.
What?
Palpatine plays both sides.
So
right?
wait, let me get this straight. So Palpatine's main goal is to take over the galaxy, right?
Right.
So instead of just taking over the galaxy and admitting he's on one side, he does this whole crazy plan where he plays both sides, which starts from him getting a trade blockade on his own planet.
Yep.
So that one guy could handle it badly, the one chancellor could handle it poorly, so that he could take the position.
And he became chancellor.
Okay.
Right.
And then
now he's chancellor of the whole republic, the leader of every system.
Yeah.
But
when did he get emergency powers?
The Senate's still around.
Right.
Right.
When did he get the emergency powers? Is that number 2?
Episode 2. Jar Jar, because
Jar Jar is the key to all this.
He is.
Do you think that they actually changed that? Do you think that he was supposed to be the Sith Lord, like that one?
No, he's never going to be a Sith Lord. That's just all that stupid...
That stupid Reddit stuff?
Yeah, whatever. Those are stupid memes or Reddit... What are they called?
I don't know,
Reddit
man.
lines or...
Reddit threads?
Threads, yeah.
He's got yellow eyes, though. What do you say about that?
That's...
So you didn't hate Jar Jar, but you didn't like the Ewoks.
I didn't hate Jar Jar, but what?
Or you didn't you because you never shat on Jar Jar as much as every Star Wars. Like, so Star Wars fans, when they saw episode 1, were like, "This is a disgrace. George Lucas ruined their childhood," or whatever.
Oh, that's stupid.
Right, but you were just like, "Oh, it's a good movie."
It's just, I mean, it was just, I knew that he was for kids that were younger than me. Like, he was supposed
Jar Jar.
Jar Jar was there for comic relief to make kids laugh and kids like Star Wars, and that served its purpose.
Well, it also is nice because when Liam Neeson and Ewan McGregor are just like walking around like, "Oh, I gotta go here. Oh, I gotta get the thing," and they're just like, and then Jar Jar's like, "Ah!" and he's like freaking out, and Padme's like, "Oh, I gotta go back to Naboo, please." But then Anakin's there like, "You mean I get to come with you on your starship?" So they gotta have some characters that are just like, I saw one thing that was like, Jar Jar actually is the best part of episode 1 because Liam Neeson and Obi-Wan barely even are just like monotone the entire time. And then when they go to the Coruscant, they go to Coruscant and then they figure out that they're going to go back to Naboo to, do that whole fight or whatever. Mm-hmm. Jar Jar screams like, "We should going home," or whatever. And he said that like wakes you up after that whole boring ass Senate meeting.
Right. Well, then he did serve his purpose, right?
Right. But episode 8 wasn't like...
So this whole thing is why I don't like episode 8.
But you do like episode 1.
Well, episode 1... I mean, the fight scene at the end was pretty badass.
That's
Darth
true.
Maul.
That is true.
Great villain.
Yeah. Well, great villain that speaks 2 lines of dialogue.
It doesn't matter.
He becomes the best.
Right. If you know the whole story of Darth Maul, he becomes one of the coolest figures in the Star Wars universe.
Right. But, yeah, that's the problem, though, is because you have to watch all the shows and everything.
Well, because people that don't watch the television shows might not know that, spoiler alert, he survives and comes back, and he's in the Clone Wars and he's in Rebels.
Right.
And he's a good character, a great villain in all of those or both those shows.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's what they do. Yeah, they have all the best characters. It seems like some of my favorite characters are from the shows, like Ahsoka, and I like Ahsoka and Darth Maul infinitely more than Kylo Ren and Rey. Maybe not Kylo Ren, but Rey. Yeah, well, I like Rey. Right. I'm not trying to shit on Rey, but I like us. People are like, Rey is the first female Jedi of all time, but it's like the Clone Wars has been doing this shit since 2008.
Right. What about all the women that were on the?
Right.
Well, I think she's the first lead character.
Yeah.
Is what
I guess that's a good point. I think I saw something they put like a post on like a blog or whatever saying like how Rey is the first female Jedi, and then somebody commented, "What about Ahsoka Tano?" And then someone commented, "I'm sorry, we only cover real Star Wars."
What about Alice Sakura, Shakti, all the ones that were in the prequels?
Well, Princess Leia, I guess it's a Jedi, but Princess Leia was, one of the most badass like women in movies since the first one.
Right.
Because even though she's kind of like a damsel in number 6 in the beginning, which everybody hates, I think the coolest thing in episode 4 was when Luke had the gun, and then she just grabs it out of his hands and does it herself. That's like the whole epitome of her character.
She was captured at the beginning of episode 4, and they had to come rescue her.
Yeah.
But then she rescues them right back. And,
and then she holds her own.
Right. Like you said, during the middle of the fight, she grabs the gun and starts shooting, and she gets him out of the hallway and the trash compactor. Then she's taking the gun when Luke's getting the rope to go across, swing across, all that shit.
Well, we're getting off track here.
Okay.
Though. Why is episode 8? I guess episode 8 at the end was kind of the problem with episode 8. Even me, when I was like, I'm like, Luke didn't really die. Spoiler, by the way, the movie came out 3 years ago. I was like, Luke didn't really die, did he? And you're like, yeah, he died. I'm like, oh.
Well, it was kind of I didn't like the way Luke went away. Went away.
Right.
His Force essence. He used too much of his Force essence to project himself, and
he was just too tired. Or whatever.
I mean, they could have done way more. I always, growing up, reading books and comics and stuff, Princess Leia was such a badass character. And then I know she was like 60 years old when she came back. When these new sequel trilogy came out, but I didn't like that they didn't show her more of as a Jedi, like Force sensitive. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, except for the one scene.
Right, they tried to do that. The one scene where she's like Supermaning through the thing.
Yeah, and that is the worst scene in all the Star Wars movies. Because I'm pretty sure, unless she was using the Force to protect herself out in outer space, I don't think you can survive out in outer space. Yeah.
I thought that was stupid.
And then she's just all of a sudden like flying through the space.
Yeah, that was dumb. But I guess that's true. But that you can't just say that one scene ruins it, because they do that shit in episodes 1, 2, and 3. They have the scene they have like a whole, episode 2 is like a whole movie of cringy dialogue and shit like that.
I'm not defending episode 2.
Fine. Episode 1 and episode 3 are a movie full of cringy dialogue.
Yeah,
but episode...
Darth Maul takes press. I mean, that he's like outweighs the bad.
Okay. I think I like Luke in episode 8. I like how they subvert your expectations with how he is. To be honest,
once before we went to see Rise of Skywalker, we rewatched episode 8, and I liked it better.
Yeah, same. I remember not liking it very much, but then you realize that casino scene is really only like 10 minutes of the movie.
Well, and then who cares if they go to a casino?
But the whole problem with everybody hates with that is that whole plot didn't even need to exist. There was 0 point, if it's like Indiana Jones. You know how Indiana Jones, even if he wasn't in that movie, it would have still ended the same way. If Finn and Rose didn't go to the casino and do all that shit, the movie would have ended the same way, except for, it would have ended the same way because they all end up back on crates or whatever.
Yeah.
Because they just don't save them. Like, they lose in that one.
Oh, right.
Because the whole point is that they're trying to get fuel or some shit? Or...
Well, they're
trying to hack. They're trying to sneak into their ship and hack the thing.
Right.
And fuck it up.
And they don't succeed, do they?
No, they lose. They get that like guy with the stutter betrays them.
Betrays them, and then the purple hair girl is the one that kind of saves them, right? She sacrifices herself, right?
Yeah. Anything that isn't Luke and Rey in that movie is kind of just like
I see.
But I think that episode 9, it also has stupid stuff in it too. I think that knife is just as stupid as Leia flying through space.
The knife is weird because you have to be at that exact same spot on that planet where Rey was to hold the knife at that same time.
Yeah. I can't even fathom how, I know, the logic of the them writing the movie, I know why they would do that. Right. But pretend you're in Star Wars, I can't even imagine the plot of someone. So there's a secret Sith planet that Palpatine is on, and they need to make a map to it. So they make 2 maps, and one of them is really easy to get, and it's on, what's it called? Mustafar. And the other one is on Death Star that's in the water. That doesn't and then to get to it, they make this knife that if you stand in a specific spot, then you can see where it is in the Death Star, which it blew up. I don't know how that landed. It like that big. The whole thing landed in the damn water or whatever.
A big chunk of it.
Right. Then they used that knife to kill Palpatine's kid and his wife, which are Rey's parents, and then they throw it in some ship, and then that ship sinks into sand on some other planet. It's like, why, what, who? And then they just destroy it anyways. They destroy the stupid ass Wayfinder device anyways. So what's the point? We talked about Star Wars too much. We should move on.
We could never talk about Star Wars too.
Well, with you, I think one of the growing up, it's the more and looking at the internet, especially with the internet, the more and more I realize that you aren't the biggest Star Wars fan ever. Because people would ride and die for those damn movies, man.
They're just weirdos.
Right, that's what I'm saying. They're weird about Star Wars.
I like Star Wars quite a bit.
Right. Growing up, I always was like, oh, there's no possible way. We have a whole room in our house dedicated to Star Wars toys and stuff. There's no way that anybody could
be a bigger Star Wars
fan than my dad. But then it's like, oh, there's some weirdos out there. Yeah. So maybe I'll take that he's in the top 1,000 or 100,000 Star Wars fans.
Right. I can't always be the best.
Right. Well, just like the, what's it called? Father of the Year thing.
All right. The Father of the Year award. So
you are technically the father of the, you are a runner-up for being the Father of the Year in our state in 2012.
I was. I don't know how far along the process I was.
Right.
But we did get to go to a Twins game.
Correct.
But before that, we got to go to like this theater.
Yeah.
And
so wait, we should talk about why we got to go.
Well,
because it's not like they're like, Kyle Hansen, we found out that you're the Father of the Year.
Right.
Because I wrote an essay in third grade about why you're the Father of the Year or whatever, and then I won in third grade, the third grade category.
It wasn't because of what I have done or did.
Right.
It was because of what your essay was.
Yeah.
How you wrote your
And there was one line I think that is kind of like that sealed the deal of the essay, which is something along the lines of I was like, something like, you don't need to be like an army guy or something to be a nice guy.
Like, he's not a policeman or an army or soldier, army man or
a firefighter,
but that's okay with me or something like that.
Yeah. It doesn't need to be that to be an awesome dad or whatever.
Right.
Which is what everybody. And then didn't we lose to an army guy anyways?
I probably. I didn't go to fight in the war, so I didn't know. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Man, if only you fought for our country, might have won. What is it, like $100 more, whatever? I won $100 from winning that essay contest.
Yep.
Which I probably won more in Twins game tickets than. Because didn't we get 4 Twins tickets? 4. Blaine, do you want to say anything? No? Okay. That's what I thought.
Well, do you want to ask me anything?
I don't know.
What's it like to have such an awesome godfather?
No comments. I'm just kidding.
That was one of my godchildren.
Yeah.
My niece.
My cousin. Yeah. But anyways, what was? Oh yeah.
Oh, Twins tickets.
4 Twins tickets in that area probably was more than $100, right?
Well, yeah, because they were about 25 maybe.
$25.
No, a piece. So
okay.
$100.
But I always remember Twins tickets being like super expensive.
Unless they're really close, you can get Twins tickets for under $20.
Yeah, I guess it's
Vikings tickets.
Vikings tickets. Yeah, I guess it's the Twins. Like when we went, this is kind of off topic, but when me and the choir class, we had to go to. We didn't have to go. We got the opportunity to sing the national anthem at a Timberwolves game. That was on like a Monday night.
Right.
So it was like 1/3 of the entire stadium was filled. So we were literally got tickets way up at the top, but we could have probably gone to like the bottom because it was all empty.
You didn't move down at all? Seat jump?
No, we didn't seat jump because we didn't care anyway. Like me and Willem was playing Minecraft on his phone during the game. Like I could care less. Like people were freaking out. And then I put a video on my story of Willem playing Minecraft, and Bailey come to you so mad. He's like, you got to go to a Timberwolves game and you're playing Minecraft. It's like, yeah, Willem doesn't give a shit. Right. You would probably be on your phone during a choir concert. He was on his phone. He was on the stage on his phone.
What do you mean?
He got his phone out. His friends were telling him, his friends who are probably not as good of an influence on him as, say, me, were saying, dude, it would be so funny if you got your phone out during the, like, recorded yourself singing during the choir concert. He was standing next to me during a song, and he was holding his phone in his hands, recording himself.
What the hell?
And I'm like, dude, you're gonna get a 0. But he didn't get a 0, obviously, because Bailey could. It's been proven that Bailey doesn't even need to show up to a concert to get a 100%.
Oh, burn.
Yeah.
Talking about the Valentine's Day thing.
Right. Well, it's true. He didn't show up, and he got 100 because he had some excuse. But anyways, the Twins game.
Yeah.
So we went to some theater, right? That was close.
Theater. Yeah, right by the stadium.
Yeah.
Where they're doing a play or whatever.
Yeah, there's some sort of play going on in the background.
And then we went on stage. Everyone that won their grade and from the state or whatever.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Got to go on stage and read their essay with their dad next to them.
Yeah, I remember there's the picture of me and you on the stage of where you're looking over at me or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm reading the paper. And that's when I looked that's when I had like a snaggle tooth or whatever because I was in 3rd grade.
Before braces.
Right. Well, it was before braces, and B, yeah.
Oh, your teeth are just
my teeth were coming in from losing them all.
Yeah.
In 1st grade or whatever.
1st and 2nd grade.
I was late to the party. I think I lost my first tooth when I was almost 7.
Really?
Yeah. It was December 4th, 2009.
I thought Henry was late, but I guess he's...
No, Henry was... I don't know. Henry lost like 15 teeth, didn't he?
I don't know.
He lost a lot of them. He had like no teeth on the front half for a while.
Right. That was a rough couple weeks for the Tooth Fairy.
Yeah.
Just the Tooth Fairy would sometimes forget.
Oh.
3rd child and all.
Right.
And he'd like wake up and he'd like, the Tooth Fairy didn't come, and I'd be run into his room and like, oh, she didn't, or he didn't, or wherever you want to call the Tooth Fairy.
Right.
Male,
it's 2020. The Tooth Fairy can be whatever gender you want.
Yeah, it can be whatever it wants.
Right.
But then me be like, oh, I think I just found this dollar on the floor. He must have dropped it.
Right.
As I pull it out of my pocket.
Right.
Henry, don't listen to this.
Well, I don't know. I don't think it really matters. I think the Tooth Fairy kind of lost track over the years of how much a tooth is worth because I remember only getting 25 cents per tooth from the Tooth Fairy after like the 4th one.
Inflation.
Yeah, inflation. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, in the 10 years or whatever since I would lose.
The Tooth Fairy makes more money now than he does then.
The Tooth Fairy has more money to spend. The Tooth Fairy got a raise.
Tooth Fairy did get a raise since then.
That's true.
No, but
and the Tooth Fairy's significant other got a raise since then.
So how do we get on the Tooth Fairy? Oh, because of your snaggle tooth.
Yeah.
Your snaggle tooth.
Every picture of me in 3rd grade, like people will show up pictures of me because if you look up my name, it'll be pictures of me like with when I won that award for the Father of the Year, when I went to the science fair or whatever, and I would always smile with open mouth, and it would go in the newspaper, so it goes on Google.
Yeah. Okay.
So then people always send me those pictures, and it's like, ugh. I think 7th grade was the first year that I had my hair wasn't just strands, and it just looked like complete shit. But whatever.
Oh, wow. We got to go on stage and read that, and then
who was it? Who was there?
Tony Oliva.
Tony Oliva was there. No,
which was cool.
Was it him?
Wasn't it?
That's what my brain went to, but I feel like it wasn't.
Or was it Rod Carew? I think it was Tony Oliva.
He was black, I think.
Well, yeah, they're both.
They're both black?
Yeah.
I don't know anything. Unless they were on the 2009 Twins team, I don't know.
I'm pretty sure. I know it wasn't Jason
I think it was Rod Carew. I think it was.
Oh,
I remember thinking it was something. I remember being able to tell someone that was like, hey, I met Rod Carew at a Twins game.
Okay.
Or something like that.
But I know I've met Tony Oliva, so maybe it was a different time.
I don't remember.
But I've met a lot of Twins players.
Yeah. It wasn't Jason Kubel, so it doesn't.
Yeah, it doesn't count.
Yeah.
Who cares?
I think Jason Kubel. Well, I don't think he was on the Twins at the time. Because I think he got traded.
Oh, bummer.
I think I was wearing a Willingham jersey. or something. I don't remember.
William Hammer?
Maybe it was William Hammer? I don't know.
I don't remember. I remember that jersey, though.
Yeah, because he was the same number as Jason Kubel.
Oh, sure.
He was number 16. And then Jason Kubel came back, and he wasn't number 16.
What a ripoff.
I know.
That's just a way to sell more jerseys.
Exactly. Sell 16 and 13 Jason Kubel jerseys.
Right.
But then we got to sing, not the national anthem, we got to sing the seventh
inning. Take me out to the ball game.
Yeah, seventh inning stretch.
Yep.
Yeah.
And one of your other friends that's been on the podcast was there.
Yeah, he was there, but I don't think he got to sing the song. Because
he's in the picture.
He was there, but he didn't win. Because he was in third grade. Ben Kaiser's brother won the first grade one. So his dad
was there.
It was cool because we were there together, but it was me, you, Kaiser's dad, and Kaiser's brother.
Right.
Got to sing the song, but he was there and got to take the picture with all of us.
Because it wasn't Ben that won, it was his little brother that won for first grade.
Right.
Oh,
but didn't the first place winner, wasn't he like a runner-up of like some other grade? Like I remember him not being. I don't think it was just like they just picked out of the first grade categories. I remember them. They were, like all the finalists were like runners up. I mean, we were just like, why are they runners up? Why didn't they win their grade then?
Oh, I don't know.
Because I remember there was someone from the second grade at our school that got to go, but he was just a runner-up.
Okay.
But I think the Army kid.
Well, maybe a certain number of kids got to go. You know, like you got, or you know, they went first, second, third place got to go to the Twins game.
Yeah.
First place got to read their things and sing at that thing.
Yeah, but and then they just put them all into a pile for who could win the thing.
Who could win the thing?
It didn't matter that we didn't win, to be honest. That was still cool.
Right. It would have, yeah.
Yeah. And then I remember the next year, I think in fourth or fifth grade, they wanted us to write that essay again. But then I was always like, because I would always be really braggy, be like, do I need to write one? I don't think I can't even win, so what's the point of me writing one? And my teacher would be like, you should write one just because it's the assignment, but you don't need to.
Because you have to.
Yeah, but you don't actually need to win. Yeah. There was never a mother of the year competition, though.
Yeah, what the heck?
Yeah. Come on, Minnesota Twins, get it with the program.
They were just partners with that fathers.com or whatever.
Oh, maybe.
Is that illegal to say on the podcast?
I don't know. What the hell is fathers.com?
I don't think it even exists anymore. Maybe it does. Actually, I tried to go look for that essay online because you used to be able to read it online. So because Mom had a link on Facebook.
On Facebook.
Found that link, went to it, and it said it's off. They took it off.
Wow.
So I don't even. Maybe that
place is out of business.
I don't know.
They gave too much money to third graders.
Right.
Yeah. I think I bought a bike with that money. I bought a mountain bike. I think I still have that bike.
That's the bike
The bike I have, the black one.
Yeah.
Which I probably need to buy a new one.
Time to get a new bike.
Yeah, because that bike is almost 9 years old at this point. Well, it is 8 years old because that would have been exactly.
Well, you're probably getting too big for it.
Point doesn't matter if it's 8 or 9 years. Point is it's too big. I'm too big for it.
Right.
But yeah, so Father of the Year, we will got first place or whatever. So that was cool.
I was pretty proud.
Yeah, you're proud of me or proud of yourself?
You.
No, I'm just kidding.
You. Like I said, I wasn't in the Army, and I'm not a police officer or firefighter, like a hero or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, but you sent your kid to the school that taught him to write an essay that would win a contest.
Right.
So you gotta give yourself props for that.
Right. I did do that. Actually, that wasn't really me either.
Right.
I just agreed. I mean, I agreed to it, but it wasn't me.
Yeah. Just take credit.
It wasn't in my plan to send you to Catholic school. When I was growing up, I'm like, I'm going to send my kid to Catholic school because I wasn't even Catholic.
Right. I guess that makes sense. I don't know what school I'm going to send my kid to because I don't even know where I'm going to live. So even if I live in where we live, do I set? I guess it depends on.
When you get that house, what are you going to decorate your house in?
Yeah, maybe when you get kids, you can decide: do you want to send them to the Catholic school or not?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's.
Oh, should we talk?
We can talk about that.
So what happens? So yesterday, right? My whole family. We have a bunch of puzzles that we brought up, and there's this 1,000 piece puzzle that we set up, and
It's a cool looking puzzle.
It's a cool looking puzzle. We spent the whole day doing it. Various people took. Yeah, I don't think you really.
I didn't touch it.
You didn't touch it. I was there the entire time because I like to do puzzles, and I'm a.
Right.
Yeah, but there was a bunch of.
It was raining yesterday.
Yeah.
Bad weather, so we were inside.
Yeah.
And we were doing they were doing puzzles.
So then I said at the very end, I was thinking to myself, wouldn't it be cool to have? I was thinking to myself, like, if I had like a basement, like our basement.
When you
sucks.
get up,
like
when you grow up,
right,
and have your own house, that's what you're thinking.
Yeah. When I'm thinking about our basement, and people, like, you can even hear on the podcast sometimes people will be like, oh, I like the decorations here in the basement. Because our basement we don't really go down there unless there's people over. So we have a nice area to sit and watch TV or whatever. But then we just have some random ass, like, books on a shelf, which Mom put there. They're like steps to a good, awesome, like a successful marriage or whatever. And
what shelf is that?
it's like the ledge of it's not a shelf, but it's like the ledge of the wall. Like that wall, like where she puts the. She used to have the pictures of all of the grandkids or her nephews and nieces and everything, right. But now she has like those books there. Okay. So then there's an air hockey table that has a bunch of pop figures on it from your desk.
Yep, because I haven't moved them to my new job yet.
Right, and then there's. Do we have that? We have that easel down there, right? No. We have a baby changing station with a bunch of stuff on it. So basically what I'm trying to say is our basement is bare because the only thing on the wall is the TV and your painting from college.
Well, now we have all those metal, like that metal star.
But I'm saying, like, in the main area of the thing. Those are in the hallways and everything. Point is, the walls are kind of bland there, right?
Yep.
Upstairs we have a bunch of stuff. Every pretty much building, like this building has like the deer on the wall, which I would never put in my house because that kind of looks
paintings.
Creepy. And paintings and stuff. So I'm thinking, wouldn't it be cool, like, if I did like every puzzle I did, and I don't do puzzles very often. So if it was like a nice piece of art or something, if I were to like put the Mod Podge or whatever, decoupage on it, and like hang it up on the wall. And that way, like, even that puzzle we did yesterday was like Life at the Lake or whatever, and a bunch of stuff like that, like put it up in the cabin or whatever.
Right.
So I said that out loud, and my mom goes, "Oh, really? Well, maybe when you get
when you get your own house.
Maybe when you get your own house and you want to decorate it, maybe then you can decide if you want to do that." And I'm just thinking, like, what the hell? Like, why would you say that? Like, now it just sounds like, oh, when you get your own house, maybe you'll realize that that's a stupid idea or whatever. But my mom's like, and then I kept saying it again, and my mom's like, "What are you talking about? I never said it was a bad idea." So
she was just saying, like, maybe you might change your mind, but then you weren't saying, like, I'm going to do this no matter what.
Right.
You were saying, maybe I'd do that. And
yeah. But then, and then I'm like, I don't want to do it anymore. Because
then you're being a smart ass.
Then I was being a smart ass the entire night, because every time someone would, like, criticize anybody, I'd be like, maybe when you get this, then you can decide if you want to do that. Like,
right.
Like we were doing the joke earlier or whatever about the Catholic school thing. But,
right.
But, yeah, then, but the way she said it was, I know what she meant. She was like, oh, well, if it fits your house or whatever.
Right.
If it
fits the style of your house.
Maybe in like 30 years you don't want to do it. But the way she said it was like, oh, well, when you get your house, then we can decide if we want to do that. So it's kind of just like, well, maybe that's a stupid idea. I should have said I wanted to Mod Podge puzzles together.
Maybe you can just have a room in your house with puzzles. Like
that's what I'm saying.
A Star Wars room.
Right. Yeah. That's the irony, is that we have that the basement has nothing in it, and we have the Star Wars room. So why can't I have puzzles on my wall of like good looking? And then of course, well, I don't want to say it, but like my aunt was also making jokes about it, but at me, like, oh, well, maybe when you get your house with all the puzzles on the walls or whatever, it's like, oh, God. Right. All right, before we get... I know you had this stupid-ass paper in your hand. Do you want to read what it says before?
Oh, like the real thing, not just my... Let's see, we talked about having a Pokemon Go.
Wait a minute. Did you write that with Sharpie marker?
Yeah.
So wait, you're telling me that that's an original piece of paper that I wrote on when I was in whatever years old? You just ruined it by using it as a scratch piece of paper.
I didn't think about that.
Okay.
It did bleed through the other side.
Yeah, you could. That piece of paper could be history someday if
could be.
Yeah, if I ever publish it.
Well.
Now you just wrote on it.
Yes, you're right. It could be.
It's kind of like how Carl destroyed the book.
The book, but
Right.
Carl destroyed his own piece of work where I destroyed your piece of work.
Yeah.
So this is going to be a segment called Justice for Carl.
Right.
Justice for Carl was usually about the talent show, right?
Right. Yeah.
But this is going to be Justice for Carl because, Carl, this one's for you. This is actually a poem about Star Wars that Lucas wrote when he was younger.
But let me say, how old was I when I wrote that? Probably.
There's no date on it.
Yeah. But
you weren't in seventh
to
grade.
reference, I wasn't in 7th grade. I was probably.
I don't think so.
I was probably. It was probably at the elementary
You're
school
probably
at least.
Yes. And
Probably
I've kept
2nd grade at most. I would say probably
But-
Henry's age. But irregardless,
This is gonna be, and I was like, should I go into details about the grammar and all that stuff? Like
Yeah.
you rip on Carl all the time.
yeah,
for
when
that?
he was in 7th grade. And,
Okay, but I might do that for some of these.
Okay.
Okay.
This
This is the Star Wars poem by Lucas Hansen.
Also, before you had that, you showed me this before we did the Mother's Day one, and I was just like, I don't even remember writing that. Like Carl remembered the book, of course, immediately. He was like, "No, you don't have that book." But then, but I don't have any memory of this at all. So whatever this poem may say is out of date, and it does not represent me anymore.
Okay, the Star Wars poem by Lucas Hansen. A long, long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away, Yoda meets Chewie in a treehouse by the bay.
Okay,
When Trick...
that makes sense.
Yeah, he did.
He did, episode 3.
I didn't say it, but you did spell meats like
like meat,
hamburger and hot dogs and stuff.
I'll take it.
So
I don't care.
meats, and then Yoda is not capitalized, but meats is capitalized.
Oh, okay.
So
Fair enough.
okay, Yoda meets Chewie in a treehouse by the bay. When Emperor tricks Anakin to go to the dark side, Obi-Wan and Anakin fight on a lava ride,
Yeah,
which
that-
is
which
true.
is true.
Okay, and again, a lot of Emperor is spelt wrong.
Right,
Anakin
right.
is not capitalized. Dark
Did
side.
I spell Anakin right at least? Like, did I do Anakin? Because even today I spell it wrong because people call him Annie, but it's not Anikan. It's Anakin.
Well, you spelled it lowercase a,
Yeah.
N-I,
Oh, so I did spell it wrong.
K-A-N.
Right.
Not even the kin, right? Because usually,
That's what I'm saying though. Like even today I spell it wrong.
Yeah,
Like I say
sometimes I do
Anikan because
yeah.
people
And
call him
sometimes
Annie.
I have to spell Princess Leia twice, both ways.
Like
L-E-I-I-E.
L-E-I-E-I. Well, E and I is the stupidest. This is my least favorite thing about being from the United States, and that's not true now. But
Right.
but my least favorite thing about speaking the English language is the stupid ass thing where people are like I before E except after C. That is wrong more than it is right.
Yeah, it seems like it.
It's the stupidest.
There's that
wives'
there's
tale of
that
all
thing
time.
where it's like I before E except to Steve, and except for when my neighbor who
My neighbor
Keith does this and
Yeah.
this, and it's all the opposite of what.
there was a Mad, Mad magazine. There was that Mad show that was on Cartoon
Mad
Network,
TV?
and they had this whole segment of I before E except after C, and then throughout the rest of the skit they just had scrolling text of every single time it's wrong, and it was like really small text, and it was so it was pretty funny.
So, yeah.
Point is, yeah, that's
Point
I hate-
is,
so Leia.
Yeah, Leia, Princess Leia.
Right.
And then, like, German words are like the opposite. Like, so there's, like, I'll take two restaurants. Like, maybe I shouldn't talk about the two restaurants because they're specific to our area. Anyway, we'll skip that part.
Okay, point is,
I before E except after C, and Anakin and Princess Leia are hard to spell.
right. Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Or they're confusing.
Everybody
stuff.
from Star Wars is hard to spell.
Yeah. Okay. So they took a ride on the lava ride. Okay, they went on the. Okay. Yoda tells Luke, use the Force. Luke did, of course.
Okay.
So
I'm
Okay.
liking this poem a lot more than I thought. I thought it was gonna be cringe, but
Okay.
it's actually pretty good.
It is good. The only part, the last stanza here, that didn't really happen, but it kind of happened.
Okay.
Anyway, so Darth Vader. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, Darth Vader helps Luke kill Emperor Palpatine with Luke's lightsaber of green.
Okay.
That was it. That's the end.
That's it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But he didn't really kill him with his green lightsaber.
Yeah, I guess, but maybe I'm thinking of Lego Star Wars because both of them fought them at the same time.
Maybe.
Because I don't think.
And it's a saber, not a saber.
I feel like I understood the plot more of Star Wars by playing Lego Star Wars.
Really? I think that would be like the opposite effect because it's
Well-
so goofy. Like Lego Star Wars.
Well,
you do such goofy things in it.
I kind of in my mind I only really know the simplified story of episodes 1, 2, and 3 from Lego Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
Like you kind of just know. It took me a long time to realize that the battle droids or whatever from episode 1 are completely different, like army or whatever, than in episode 2 or 3 or whatever it is. I don't know. Like the CIS and the separatists or whatever, and then they.
But the Trade Federation was just the beginning of
the Trade Federation, and then they joined the Separatist Alliance. Okay.
Yeah. Yep. So that's the poem. And I was gonna just play that so you could get a little embarrassed, like you try to embarrass your friends.
I mean, to be honest though, that did not embarrass me that much at all.
Okay.
Like
I just feel bad for Carlson because you guys rag on him about that thing, and I'm like, this is a good book. I want to see the movie.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how it ends. I don't know what happens.
Oh, that's right.
I never read it. We have two chapters left.
You've never read the book?
No,
The Book of Thieves?
I grabbed Carl's book. We read the first chapter, and then I put it in my drawer for 4 years, and then never found out how it ends. So I wanted to read it on the podcast. So even today, I didn't spoil myself on how episode 8. Every time my reaction to his book, that's my honest reaction. I've never heard it before.
Really?
Except for chapter 1, which I read in 7th grade.
I didn't know that. I thought you had read it and were just waiting to lay into him.
No. I knew it was like Carl, like it was cringe, but yeah, we should probably get Chloe and Henry in here. Oh shit. Okay, we need to get Chloe and Henry in here quick.
Okay, so how are we gonna do that?
You text them on your phone.
Okay, while I text them, we're gonna talk about some like your other guests that are on. I wish I would had time to go back and listen to all the podcasts because
Right.
I'll be listening to a podcast and I'm like, no, you guys, and I'm talking about you and your 3 or 4 friends. I'm like, that's not how it goes. That's not how things work.
Yeah.
But the last thing I can remember is when you guys were talking about sanding paper.
Yeah, but you remember I was talking about how I don't know what it's called.
Yeah, that's just like you're calling it sanding paper. Like is that what it's called? I don't think it's like I'm just sitting there going, it's just called sandpaper.
Yeah, I forgot. That's the whole point of that part. I was thinking it's not sanding paper.
There's been a lot of times where you guys have said something. I'm like, that's not how it works. Or
Yeah, that's not how the Force works.
That's not how that's not how it works. Or that's not how it's what the real thing is. Or that's not what it's called.
Yeah.
But I just wish because I'll just sit there and shake my head and go, oh boy, these kids these days.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. So, who do you know? Who I suppose you don't know who's going to be on next week.
No, I got some idea, but I usually have. I kind of know some episodes I have that I can do, but some of them need more planning than others. Like I have one that I need 5 people for, that I don't really talk to that often.
Oh, you the ones that you're the themed ones?
There's a theme. Usually I'll just get whoever I can scrap together.
Right. Yeah.
Especially now.
Well, it'll be Friday at 9:00. We're like, are you going to do the podcast? Yeah, I think this person's going to do it, and then 2 other random people that weren't going to do it.
But then, episodes 1 through 9 or so was when everybody was asking to be on the podcast. Everybody wanted to be on the podcast or whatever, and there's no trouble. There's no issue getting someone to do it.
And it has nothing to do with episode 17, the later one.
No, nothing to do with that one. Nobody's worried about getting in trouble from it.
Okay. Well, that's good.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have been in trouble for it.
Well, only at the time of that one coming out, then people were like, okay, if you actually do get in this trouble for this, can you delete the one that had me on it? whatever? Or can you just like Jack Dunn was concerned, like if we could get in trouble for having a video on the internet of us just swearing, then he didn't want. He's like, if we could get in trouble for this, just take them down. And I'm like, okay, I will do that. So now Henry and Chloe are here.
What's up, guys? It's your favorite Hanson, Henry.
Yeah.
I know that I'm not the favorite.
That is true. You want to hear something funny?
No.
Huh? Yeah, I don't give a shit. One time, so Chloe will do this thing where she YOLOs. She does the YOLO on Snapchat. And I hate people doing that because I hate people. You can just say things anonymously.
Oh, that's why they say that nasty stuff.
Yeah, when people will like just shit on Chloe. And Carl said, I think he Snapchatted me and said, why does it seem like Chloe is the easiest person to bully ever? Because you do those YOLO things like all the time.
No, I don't. I don't do it I don't even do it like once a week.
But I feel like everybody who does those YOLO things, like, I don't want to say names, but one of Elena and Cade's old friends will do YOLOs. And that particular friend, I don't want to say it, but she... a lot of people ask her the same question.
Oh, is it going to be something vulgar?
Yeah, something vulgar. And I don't want to say the person or what the thing is.
Well, we all know what the thing probably is.
Maybe not. But, yeah, okay. But it's like, she'll post something on y'all. I'm like, oh, I can't wait to see 100 more thirsty people ask the same question to this girl again.
Right.
Honestly, people don't bully me because they don't care enough about me to bully me.
Oh, come on.
So.
Oh, come on, Chloe.
Well, because I'm just telling the truth.
I feel like, Chloe, you have a lot of people that you know, but you just tell me these stories, it's like, ugh, just get different friends, man. But I know people say the same thing to me, though.
Yeah.
About people in middle school were dicks to me, but then people be like, to get different friends, and I'm just like, no, I don't want, that's too much work.
Well, as a parent, you just always want what's best for your kid.
Right.
So, like, if you think your kids are being mistreated, you're like, drop those a-holes and let's get some new friends. Well, that's not always easy to do. We know that, but...
You know what I've noticed? Henry has zero, like, enemies in his class. Like, it seems like throughout all school, like, I would have so much people that I just didn't like.
Oh.
And I would just, like, get in arguments with. And there's, like, people that even today I still don't like. That I didn't like back in
middle school?
In elementary school. But Henry seems like he's just friends with everybody in his class.
Yeah, I had this one girl
drama.
who was just so bossy and I didn't like her. But then as soon as I came to the middle school, she's like, oh yeah, we're best friends now. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's chill. And she's actually a really good friend now. So that's really cool.
Yeah. Well, people know you shouldn't take for what people did in elementary school, like that's how they are now. Like people change.
And then one of my best friends from elementary school is now not one of my favorite people ever.
Right.
Anyways, so that's fun.
I'm still for all the people that stayed, at least I think in our school, I think I'm still.
I think it's harder for girls to keep the same friends just because. I don't know.
Try not to get canceled.
I'm not going to get
Because girls are bitches.
Right. No, I'm just saying, like, the friends that I grew up with from 5th grade, and then we always added friends, but we weren't, like, changing friend groups.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I had the same best friend from 5th grade through high school.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he went to a different college, and now he lives in a different state, so it's hard to say best friends, but he's, like, one of my best friends of all time, I guess you could say. And we had friends that we were friends with. There was us group of friends, and there'd be one or two that would come along, and then be adding friends.
Mm-hmm.
But then the girls that we were friends with always seemed to be changing.
Those would always change out.
Not just some of them would stay the same, but then the girls. Some of them wouldn't be friends with the other friends they were friends with.
Oh, okay.
Like, our friends changed friends.
Okay, I guess that makes sense. Yeah.
If you know what I mean.
Yeah. I'm still friends with all the same female friends, more or less, from that I've ever been friends with.
Right, but
they switch all the time.
They have switched other friends.
Right.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's weird, but.
Henry, do you want to talk about anything? No. Do you want to say a word?
Are you having fun at the cabin? You can't.
Yes
it's a
or no?
podcast. It's not a video cast. It's on video. You have to say yes, not just shake your head yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Jeez.
Henry speaks. I can put him in the thumbnail. Okay.
Nice.
I think Elena said more words than Henry at this point.
Probably. So, anyway.
But yeah.
So what else are we gonna talk about, guys?
Well, we're gonna wrap it up because it's 1 hour 10 minutes.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
we
never
said
mind.
we said it was going to be short.
Right.
Okay.
We already talked about Star Wars. I'm sure you missed that.
Thanks.
Right. We talked about Star Wars and I confronted him because he said he likes episode 1 more than episode 8. He gave a pretty viable reason as to why.
Okay, Dad.
And it's getting better. I think the next time I watch it, I might like it better.
Yeah.
It's just that I liked Force Awakens.
Well, Force Awakens, it was too good.
It was really good. And then Rogue One was stellar. It was so good. And then
It was just okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
It
a
was
Star Wars
disappointing.
movie,
It was
so-
I
disappointing.
guess, like I said, a bad Star Wars movie is better than a good,
a bad Star Wars movie is better than an
an
okay regular movie.
regular movie.
Yeah.
Right.
Henry.
What?
Henry is
Get back
just
here.
tossing his stuffed animal into the air very violently. So, okay, I would just like to say that in this cabin there's a deer head mounted on the wall, and I'm very frightened of it because it just stares into your soul, and it's kind of.
Well, I had to sleep in here. Fun fact: one of my friends, there was a Super Bowl party at this one girl's house I went to, and she is like, taxidermy everything. Like she had like a zebra skin rug, and I'm just like, this is a house that I do not feel comfortable in. Not because of the people were very nice, but the decorations. I mean, there was no puzzles on the wall, but
Was there any live, laugh, love signs on
there
the
wasn't.
wall?
There wasn't.
No glued puzzles.
Yeah.
Jeez. Oh boy.
I can't wait for Mom to listen to this one.
I'm just gonna say, I'm on your mom's side no matter what.
Don't know what that was about, but I'm kind of.
Were you not there for the puzzle thing yesterday?
Like talking about gluing puzzles?
Yeah.
Me?
when mom said she didn't want, or she, never mind. If you listen
I
to
was
we already
there,
talked
but
about
I
it.
was not listening because I was on TikTok. So.
Oh, okay. Henry, you have anything you want to talk about? Dude, today Henry was freaking out in the water. we were on that like
The
platform
mat.
thing, Matt.
The man.
And he was like, Lucas and Clara trying to drown me. And
Yeah,
we
he
were
was
just moving
literally
around.
shrieking.
Unless
He
we
was
were sitting
screaming.
still, he was screaming.
Yeah, I was kind of trying to sink it.
Well,
he had
yeah.
a life jacket on. He was fine.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I'm glad that Mom was on our side though.
She was like, if you're gonna keep
If it
complaining,
was
I'm
if
gonna
it
make
was
you
like
go
Grandma
up
and
to
Grandpa,
town.
they would have taken Henry's side. But since it was Mom, she was like,
Well,
okay,
Grandma
Henry,
Grandpa,
shut
yeah,
up.
was taken.
Henry, you want to defend yourself or say something about that?
Why were you so scared about being in the water?
Because they were actually trying to drown me.
Oh, I don't think they would.
No.
Well, I remember at our old cabin one time, it was me, you, Cade, and Elena, and I think maybe Lauren was there. I don't think still though. And you all paddled on the paddle board or like the paddle boat out to the middle, and then you just all jumped off of it and left me there by myself.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. And then but then everybody there was, you were screaming. Everybody's like, Chloe, just paddle the paddle boat back in.
Because I was trying, but I was little. I couldn't
Yeah.
paddle it by myself.
Jeez.
Irregardless,
So you
every
don't have
argument,
any-
Lucas is right.
So you don't have anything to say, Henry?
You probably won't be on for a while.
Anything
Huh?
to plug?
The 8 planets, go visit them.
Go visit them. Okay. Yeah. Elon Musk listening will be like, oh, maybe I will.
I'm sure he's listening.
Yeah. Elon Musk, I don't know if you know this, but he gets through his long nights working at Tesla and SpaceX by listening to the Be Quiet podcast. He's one of the 30 viewers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe.
150.
Chloe, how about you?
Do I have anything to plug?
You can't even really plug because everything. I'm like, why doesn't people just put their, like, hey, come follow me on this, and then you're like, oh, you can't do that.
Yeah, see, I was
Well,
gonna
because
do
then
that
people,
on my TikTok.
because people on
and I'm
Instagram
like, no.
suck. They're like, it's all right now. Everybody's identity is that they go to this school and they have like the school pride or whatever, school spirit.
I was
Oh,
gonna
but
say,
then you know
People
what
would
school you
link,
go to.
right? Which doesn't matter now
Right.
because, well, whatever. I don't want to talk
see,
about it.
I was gonna say, well, I don't do that, but my whole personality is just 4-H. Like that's the only thing interesting about me, and I can't
No.
exactly say what 4-H club I'm in and stuff. Lucas.
Most of
yeah.
your 4-H stuff is all mostly canceled.
Well, yeah, but still.
Yeah,
they're
but no,
gonna
that's what
know
she's saying.
what
If she was
it
gonna
is.
plug something, she'd plug 4-H.
Right, so
And
she
I-
could still plug it. but you just-
Plug 4-H, Minnesota State Fair, guys.
No,
is-
well, never mind. You're right.
I was
You
You
can
can
say
say
it.
that.
No, you're right. No, I
Yeah, we
forgot.
talked about the first episode of the Be Quiet podcast is the legacy of Jason Kubel. I'm pretty sure.
Minnesota, we talked about Minnesota Twins a lot during this episode, even, and you're
Right.
like,
Yeah.
you can't say Minnesota. It's like we said it 15
I
times.
don't think I
already.
said that.
Okay,
did
but anyways, Minnesota
said
State Fair is
Twins.
canceled.
No, but did I say-
My
we can't
Quiet
talk
Fair
about-
is going to
Well,
be
she just
virtual.
said-
I? Right. Okay. I see what you're saying.
So my rabbits are not going to do well because they all look ugly on camera. So let's just hope that
You have
I
the
get-
worst self-confidence, Chloe.
Right.
Yeah, that's
Your rabbits.
You rabbits won last year. You won last year.
that's the I'm not gonna say it, but that's the you know what talking.
What?
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 You mean
I
the
don't
you
play
know what?
foosball.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh. I thought you were trying to insinuate that you drank
No.
something. I'm like, hold on.
No,
No,
I'm
no.
just I did not drink anything.
We get it. We
Yeah,
get
But
we get it.
anyways,
Calm down. Yep.
no, but Harvey, I can say my rabbit's name. Harvey kind of looks crappy right now because he's got a big mat on his side, so I gotta brush
mean,
that out. But yeah, otherwise, but no, his color looks really ratchet on camera, so.
Ratchet.
Ratchet. So yeah, but I would just like to say that we got 2 new rabbits, so I'm really excited about that. Cassian and Mabel. So Henry, do you want to talk about your rabbit at all? Henry has a rabbit, but he doesn't do anything with it.
No.
Henry just threatened to punch me, which he does often.
Okay, can I say something?
Yes,
Yeah.
please.
My friend Dan Bryles, who has been on the podcast before, he very talked heavily about how he's trying all these things with music, etc.
Oh, yeah.
On that episode.
Yeah.
And I think he has uploaded an album.
Oh yeah,
Or he
I
has
saw
posted
that
an
on
album
Snapchat
on
story.
Snapchat, or he's been posting about it on Snapchat, Instagram. I think you can listen to it on SoundCloud, and it's called. I wrote it down here. It's called Malice Memories, which
Sweet.
that's cool.
Do you know what kind of music it is? Like,
It's kind of like it's like. What do you like? I don't know how to describe it. He just like.
it's not like a country band.
Well, not just like country, or it's not rap either.
Or
It's
it's
kind
Not
of
not
like Chip
labeled.
the Cat.
it's kind of just like. No, it's really chill music. I don't really listen to music, so I don't really know how to
Yeah.
quantify
Okay.
it. But he's not like rapping fast. He just kind of like there's like a beat going on. He's just like singing and stuff.
So
or,
Nice.
like,
it's okay.
I would just like to say that he added me on Snapchat, and I had no idea who he was. And then Lucas is like, "Oh yeah, my friend Dan's coming over." I'm like, "Huh, that name sounds really familiar." And I was like, "Oh, I have a Snapchat streak with him. He does music." And Lucas is like, "Yeah, he does."
you have a Snapchat streak with him?
I don't anymore because we lost it. But
Who's the one that-
I'm gonna
never mind,
get it
then-
back up. So Dan, if you're listening to this, get our Snapchat streak back. You're a pretty cool dude. I think
You
I've
want to
met
say
you
anything,
once.
kid?
Hi, Cade.
About what?
I don't know.
Do you have anything to plug?
We're talking
wrapping
about
it up.
being I'm the best godfather that there is.
Oh,
Yeah.
100%.
That's another one of my god kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, how
My
many
nephew
god kids
Cade.
do you have?
I have
Five.
You're gonna
Four.
sound like a really bad godfather if you forget how many.
Because you have these 2. I was
Lauren
gonna say
and Olivia.
Laura and Olivia. Is that it?
Yep.
You better hope so.
I don't have any god kids, so I'm only
We
14 now,
don't
so
have
that's chill.
And I don't think I have anything to plug. I mean, I'm not going to say the website's name because I'd probably get in trouble by Lucas. But if anybody listening, if like your parents are looking to build a new house, they should come talk to me.
Yeah. Okay.
No,
You can-
actually do that. His houses are really cool. Not that he makes them like.
I don't
You
build
don't
them.
design the houses. you
I
just-
do not design the house, but I have something to do with
Don't
it.
you edit the blueprints, or what do you do? You do something with
So like
blueprints.
someone buys a print
Uh-huh.
from my boss, right?
Yeah.
And then they want to change something. They want the house to be wider, or they want this room to
Okay.
be this room, or on this side of the house. They want to eliminate this door or this window. Then I change all the prints. So
Oh,
that's
we should also plug, if you are in need of, you want to be trained on how to, or if you want to become someone who trains other people how to work at a life insurance company, you can hit up my mom.
right.
Yeah.
If you also,
Just trying to be fair. 'cause
also if you want to learn about my rabbit tree, me and Henry made a cool video about that. So if you want to plug Mom's YouTube channel in there, yes, she does have a YouTube channel.
No, I don't
Yes,
wanna do
there are
that.
cringy videos of Randall and Henry Lucas.
I know.
Riddle and Lucky. I almost forgot. Yeah, we have a duck named Lucky. He's really annoying.
We have
Okay.
2 ducks.
Okay,
Okay,
anyways,
we're in episode.
ending this out, I'm really sunburned. That's all I'm gonna say.
All right, you said you weren't going to complain about
I'm
it?
not complaining, I'm stating a fact.
Okay, all right. Well, here's something of great fatherly advice. All I have to say to survive in this world is